Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk about the supplies. Um, in terms of paper, you can have something like this Rhodia pad, which is really incredibly good quality paper. It is very smooth and it goes really, really well for your pen. So it's not going to damage your brush pens. You can tell that this one is slightly dotted, and that really helps to kind of keep your lettering consistent. So this is something I would highly recommend, and also the pages are perforated so you can rip them off. This is really, really great. I do love this because it does come with quite a few sheets. The only problem is that it is a little bit pricey. So when you're first starting off and you're first practicing, this is a little bit of an expense, or kind of like an investment, I would say, that maybe you want to kind of jump into once you've gotten the hang of things a little bit. So before you jump into that, you might want to just consider printer paper. But you can't just get your standard kind of like basic Staples paper. You have to get a good quality 32-pound laser jet printer paper. This one is by HP and it is incredibly good quality. It's nice and thick. It's incredibly smooth, and papers like this will not ruin your pens. So if you do use letter paper, I would highly recommend this. This is really great. Or you can go the route of getting the notepad. Either way, they're both going to be awesome. And in terms of your actual pen, I'm going to be doing the course with the Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. Now, this one comes in both soft and hard tips. It really is your own personal preference, and typically when you buy them, I think on Amazon, it's a dual pack, so you can try them both. But you will notice the difference, because it's kind of hard to tell, is that one has a little blue right here, and then this one has the green. So this is the soft, and this is the hard. And then also, if you can tell, it says WS-BS. That is the soft. BS is for soft, and this one is WS-BH. The H is for hard. So I personally prefer to write with the hard tip because I feel like it gets crisp, clean lines. But the soft tip does that as well. It's just what makes it soft is that the brush itself is more flexible. So I'm going to show you the difference between the two. So this is the soft pen, and we're going to just write hi. Okay, so this one's been used a bit, so it's a little bit frayed. So let's start off by writing hi. So because this is a soft pen, you can see that the lines are fairly thick. So it's very clear between the thick and the thin. With the hard pen, you get that, but it's a little bit less thick. Okay? So it's a very subtle difference, but it's a difference. And it's more about hand feel than anything else. So that is what we're going to be using for the course, but that's not all you can use. Here, and obviously there's hundreds of different types of pens. These are just my favorites, so I'm showcasing them. The next one is the Pentel Touch Sign Pen. And this is also a brush pen very similar to the one that I just showed you, except this one comes in colors. And it's a little bit more like the soft one. So this one's got a beautiful color. So if you want to write in different colors, you would maybe want to consider this pen because the Tombow only comes in black. They do have a dual tip pen that comes with gray, but I mean, that's not really a color. Next, actually, let's jump into the Tombow dual brush pens. Now these I'm sure you've seen everywhere. They're incredibly popular. They write like a dream. They're absolutely wonderful. And what I love about them is their dual tip. So here we have kind of just like a regular tip. And on the other side is where you have the brush. And so what I love about these is that you can create beautiful big artwork, and it comes in, I believe, 96 different colors, which is amazing. The only thing is that if you have a smaller space, like for instance your journal or something, you probably need something smaller, because when you write with this one, it takes up quite a bit of space on your paper. But it is beautiful, and it writes beautifully, and it has this kind of ombre effect that I think is amazing. So I really, really, really highly recommend these. They are a little bit pricey though, maybe like $3 a piece. So if your budget isn't really allowing for that, a interesting trade-off would be the Crayola Super Tips. Now these are incredibly inexpensive, but they also come in a huge variety of colors, and they work like a brush pen. So they have this tip that doesn't really bend the way that the other brushes do, but it more is about the way you handle it. So if you just do the tip, it's kind of just like a regular marker. But then if you tilt it to the side like a regular pen, you can use it as a brush pen and put the pressure down, right? So yeah, that's a Crayola Super Tip. And like I said, there's a huge assortment of pens you could use, but these are just kind of what I would recommend just to start off with. Test them out, see what you like. And again, here is the Rhodia pad.